Hello, everybody. I'm Skip Alzheimer, and welcome to the avgeeks Lunchtime streaming show, where we watch 16mm films. And that one I've been wanting to show for a while, but it's long. It's like 25 minutes, and it's epic. So that's why I started early. And for those of you that watched it from the beginning, it was written on a can, Dorm Fire. I think A-roll. I can't remember what the designation was, but it starts off without there being a dorm fire, and then the fire department shows up, and then you see a fire, and then you see kids running out of the dorm, then you see paramedics, and then you see everything from a different angle, and some people are smiling. And it's like, what's going on? So this was raw footage for what was looking to be like it was a dorm fire safety film made at Rensselaer Polytechnic in Troy, New York. I don't know if they ever finished it. I don't know if they ever made it. But I have other reels with students on their hands and knees crawling through dorm hallways with smoke. Lots and lots of footage of that, too. So this is a really fascinating film, and I don't have a year on it. There's no soundtrack. There's not a whole lot of information about it, except that some people, you guys Googled and you saw that the dorm is still there, and so they faked a fire. It's pretty fascinating. And having went to school at NC State, I was in Lee dorm, and we had, in the basement, we had our washers and dryers. And there was one dryer, which you put a quarter in, and it would last. It would just go, just keep going, on and on and on and on. It was like the magic dryer. Except, if you weren't paying attention, what some students would do is they'd put their wash in the dryer, then they'd go upstairs, watch TV, goof off, study, whatever, and forget, and their clothes would catch fire. And so we had repeated fire drills. Also, if we ever took on ECU, Eastern Carolina University, in a football game, invariably there would be at least 2 or 3 fire drills, fire alarms going off because of drunken activity. So there you go. Dorm fire. This little PSA tells us to keep them flying.
Kinda nice, really. What happened in this country? Not so long ago. What's a couple of 100 years? Just a couple of 100 years to get things going. To make life more decent. Getting people to live better. Washington and Lincoln. Real people like you and me trying to make things better. And because they tried, it got better. It was a whole new groove then, and it's still a pretty groovy idea right now. The Air Force is a good place to keep trying, in the sky or on the ground, keeping them up there.
That was a short PSA. I was actually looking yesterday for a sign-off film that had the Star Spangled Banner and had jets, and that's what I found. I'm going to keep looking. I know I have one, something they would play on broadcast television at the end of their broadcast day. Boy, we're in the 70s, so let's just keep going. This is part of a series that was made for civil defense, Your Chance to Live, and there's a variety of different disasters that they portray. There's a flood, tornado, hurricane, and this one is pollution.
once in his life, a man ought to concentrate his mind on the remembered earth, to again hear its sounds and see its colors at noon and dusk, to imagine he touches it, to recall the feel of the faintest movement of the wind against his face. It wasn't that we didn't hear or see, or deep inside even know. We weren't stupid. But we looked at the land, and it lay wrecked. We breathed the air, and it was foul. We splashed in the water, and it was defiled. Because all along, we never seemed to fully understand or believe. What we had done, what we had built, the ways we had devised to live, strained the forces which had always cleansed our land, our air, our water. Yet in the end, it surprised us all to find things were like that. Because all along, we never seemed to fully understand or believe. We always said, it's progress, technology, rich land, clear air, good water. That was the price. Paid not as a matter of course, but as a matter of choice. For the brains that produced that super technology boasted, at least, the wisdom to use it wisely. But the choice always was for what was economical, expedient, profitable. Because all along, we never seemed to fully understand or believe. I speak from memories of how it was, of a time when there still were choices.
So the comments. Normally, your chance to live is a look back at a disaster, a natural disaster, and this one is a look forward to a potential disaster. And it does it in a very odd way. That vampire wizard magician at the end with the tape recorder. And if correct me if I'm wrong, but the red button on a tape recorder is actually the record button. Is that not correct? I don't know why he hit that. Anyways, it's great. It's part of that like early 70s apocalyptic kind of feel on the verge of a wonderful new future or a horrible future based on ecological or war or other things. It was kind of this interesting back and forth, but fascinating nonetheless. Somebody says, please play something more uplifting. Let me see. Do I have something? I might have accidentally just programmed a bunch of bummers. I mean, that dorm fire wasn't real. Okay, so this film has a happy ending. All right, I'll try to find something that's equally as entertaining. So here we go. Marriage is partnership.
On our way now. Can't turn back. Took a lot of courage to get on this train. I wonder what will happen from now on. I wonder. A lot has happened in the last year. Our first year of marriage. Gee, we got a good start. I remember coming home from a wonderful honeymoon. We were so fortunate. Our housing problem was taken care of. Pete's mother owned a two-family house. She was a widow and lived upstairs, and we were going to live downstairs. Pete had a good job, worked in the same plant as my dad. But Dad didn't introduce us, though. We met at the church. I still haven't forgiven Daddy for not telling me about Pete. In our 2 years of courting and engagement, we had come to know a lot about each other. And we had learned to love each other in a way that stood the test of, well, 2 years' time anyway. And there we were, in our own place. A place that was to be our home, at least for a while. Well, we had to unpack. And we were both so tired.
Dottie. Duchess. Madam, here, seat thyself in royal splendor while I shall get thee thy royal cup of coffee.
'Tis creamed and sugared exactly to my taste. Thou shalt be my royal brewmaster for evening coffee from this day forward.
From this day forward.
To have and to hold. Oh, Pete, we're going to be so happy together. I feel so comfortable with you. I feel like I can take my shoes off.
I'll always love you, Dottie. Always.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if time would stand still? If we could always keep what we have tonight. From the beginning, we were learning to live together and to love together, learning to adjust different sexual responses. But time doesn't stand still, and marriage is far more than loving together and enjoying companionship. It's making decisions together, and we had to learn to plan as partners. That first Monday morning, I was so proud of my man going out to earn a living for us. And Pete was so proud of me, cooking our first married meal. Then, suddenly, it was time for Pete to go to work. He said he didn't want to go, but he was a responsible married man now. Well, when you marry, you have to adjust to many changes. And we had decided I should quit my job when we married. Maybe I should say quit my paycheck. I still had a job. As the weeks went by, sometimes I regretted that decision to quit my job. For one thing, I missed those paychecks. And staying home was hard. It was an adjustment I had to work out. But there were satisfactions in being a married pair. One thing was our partnership in handling the money. Conflicts over money can be a real problem in marriage. But we decided together how Pete's salary would be spent. Maybe we didn't always agree, but we decided together. So our joint decisions on this and other problems of home management helped in my adjustments from a working girl to a non-employed wife. Aided by little bits of fun and thoughtfulness, the partnership flourished. Another thing, Pete's contributions to my sense of accomplishment. I had a lot to learn about cooking and keeping house, and sometimes those things can seem unimportant and dull. Believe me, a wife does appreciate her husband's appreciation. And, of course, that works both ways. I tried to learn about Pete's job. Sometimes I shared his enthusiasms, and there were times when I had to help absorb his frustrations. It was all part of the partnership. Of course, our marriage had its ups and downs. They all do. But I guess we had worked out pretty good adjustments on affections and our sex life, and decisions in our money matters. Adjusting to each other, adjusting to our marriage, sort of showed us how to face these problems. But on another potential source of trouble, in-laws. When we first planned to move into that two-family house, I thought of all those mother-in-law jokes. Still, they couldn't apply to nice people like us. But there were things like I was planning my first bridge luncheon. Honey, Jane can't come on Thursday. Wonder who I should get for a fourth.
Mother plays a good game of bridge.
Yes, but maybe she wouldn't enjoy playing with a bunch of giddy girls.
Oh, honey, she'd love it. She likes young people.
Of course, I asked her. She insisted on bringing a fancy cake. It was delicious, everyone said. Helped make a good party. But it wasn't my party. Afterwards, Pete said he was glad I had asked her. Said she could have seen from upstairs that something was going on. Might have felt left out. How did I feel? As if we were living in a huge goldfish bowl. But I couldn't explain it to Pete. Oh, it wasn't all bad. Pete's mother and I had good times together. Shopping, for instance. I could learn a lot from her. Her experience in getting bargains. Her little tips on Pete's special likes and dislikes. But, well, one afternoon, Pete stopped in upstairs to deliver a package his mother had asked him to pick up. And it turned into a habit to drop into his mother's on his way from work 2 or 3 times a week. I didn't mind so much supper being late. I kept telling myself. But somehow, it seemed on those nights we always got into an argument, sooner or later. I tried to tell Pete how I felt, but it was no use. He'd just get sore and make some crack about my family. I thought my family was pretty wonderful. Why, Dad and I were real pals. We talked things over. About Pete's mother, I mean. Dad could understand. So could Mom. We had some good chats together on Saturday afternoons when Pete would play golf. It was a joy to see the way Mom and Dad understood each other, anticipated each other's needs, sometimes without a word being spoken. They had really grown together in their marriage. Why couldn't we? Well, in more ways than one, it was a long fall and a cold, hard winter. Meanwhile, we were still working out other adjustments together. Little things. My serving liver, and learning to enjoy it because Pete liked it so much. Big things. Pete's realizing that a wife still likes to go out once in a while, and remembering the anniversary of our engagement, with tickets to a special show he knew I'd been wanting to see. Married life isn't all Hollywood moonbeams and honeysuckle, but it can be mighty satisfying at times. Came spring, and my first spring house cleaning. And, well, it was Pete's mother. It wasn't that she criticized me, or even told me how to do things. But somehow, whatever I did, she did too, but in a different way. And it seemed to me she always thought her way was better. There were so many little situations that probably wouldn't have mattered if we hadn't been her. And mad. That evening, after supper, I thought the time seemed ripe to talk to Pete about us. But suddenly...
Dottie, I got a surprise in today's mail. An offer of another job. Wonderful job. But way over in Central City. Let's talk it over. It's time we get away. Do something really decisive about the influence of your parents on our marriage.
My parents?
Now, listen to me all the way, honey, before you get mad. It's time we've got to talk this thing out. You don't know what it's like working in the same plant as your wife's father.
Dad likes you, Pete. He's done so much for you.
Oh, sure he has, dear. I know. Your dad's been swell. Try to understand me. It means so much to have you understand.
Golly, if you feel that way, Pete, you just do. There must be reasons.
Well, they may not seem very important to you.
Tell me, Pete.
things like, well, when I got that promotion in December, you said how grand it was of your dad to help. I mean, praising me to the boss and all. Oh, I felt as though I earned that raise myself. And stories of influence like that didn't help me with the other fellas. And then you appreciated your dad's efforts. I wanted you to appreciate mine.
Oh, Pete. Darling. How could I have been so stupid?
And I'd heard when you carried our family troubles to your folks and spoke of their house as home and compared us with your folks.
I understand. Come to think of it, Pete, I suppose part of me never really did get married. How could I really build our marriage with part of me wanting them to approve everything I did? Oh, Pete. Gosh, what a difference when you see the other fellow's point of view. When you recognize that you aren't the only one with problems. But we did have to face the other issue. It was hard telling Pete about his mother, so he wouldn't think of it as a counterattack. He tried to understand, and I tried to be fair about it. I could see that I'd been on the defensive, hadn't understood that a widow might sort of need a man around the house. And Pete said that he needed, that both of us needed to grow up more, needed to grow away from our parents a bit more.
We've grown up a lot just tonight, haven't we, hon?
When we can talk our troubles out this way, we're really growing up and growing together. Sure helps a lot when you can bring things out in the open, talk them out together.
How do you feel about Central City, hon? I would like to get away to a new job, be out my own. And it is a big change, and maybe we don't need to run away from our parents now.
Wouldn't be running away. You really want that new job, Pete? And that's what we want. Yes, it's a big change. New friends, new home, church, new adjustments in living. There'll be other problems ahead, bigger problems. But it'll be the two of us, working together.
Hey.
Hi, where have you been?
Talking to the conductor, trying to get Pullman accommodations. And I got them.
Oh, gee, Pete, you're thoughtful.
Hey, Duchess, what am I doing on this seat?
Pete and I will both miss our folks. All of them. The grandmothers would have made good babysitters. Wherever Pete's job takes us, even back to our hometown, I know we'll work things out together as partners.
So there's a whole series of these Cornet films, and my basic go-to is that if there is a question asked, then the answer is no. And so this one did not have a question asked, so everything worked out. But are you ready for marriage? No, you're not ready for marriage. This wasn't a Cornet film, but this was family films. But should I marry outside my faith? The answer is no. So this one is pretty great. And I told you it would end okay. I mean, I could have let it dangle and you could have been upset and all that stuff. But, yeah. All right. I got one last film for you. This is the Inside Out to top all Inside Outs. And I'm surprised I haven't shown it. And it's possible I might have shown it and just not written it down in the spreadsheet that I have. But I feel like in the back of my head I held it because I wanted to make something special of it. But this is it. So Inside Out, 70s PBS show that was also distributed on 16mm and shown in schools. Many of these deal with emotional and ethical, moral dilemmas that kids face. And this one is over the top. And I showed this as part of a show called Demented Mind of a Child. I showed this on a show I did called Free Range Children. And this is a bunch of kids daring each other to do things. And so, like I said, it's possible I might have shown it, but if you've seen it before, let it roll because it's so good. I like watching it every time. So, here it is. I dare you.
The following is from a national instructional television series. The series and related materials were developed and supported by 32 educational agencies, with additional support from Exxon Corporation.
Let's go. Oh, get out of here.
What a crummy dare! That was a crummy dare! Mama, what kind of dare is that? Yay! The school's on fire! You make me whisper! That was a terrible dare. You should have gave her a harder dare. I agree. She has to do a better dare than that. Do a dare like Butch's. What did he do? Look, this is your dare. Now look, you gotta go all the way down that hill. All the way. That's your dare. Now, if you don't make that turn, you're gonna fall down into all that rocks, mud, garbage, and glass. I can make it. The cool dare, you gotta teach me how to do it. Well, I think it's stupid. Doesn't anyone ever get hurt? I don't know about getting hurt, but I almost got caught doing my dare. Come on, either do the dare or don't. I'm afraid. Jeanette, it's okay. You can do it. We'll be watching over you every second. Just, you have to go down and get that lunchbox with the flag on it. What if I get caught? You won't get caught. You can do it. Everybody knows you can. I'm sure glad that workman didn't catch you. You know, you could have got thrown in jail or something. A dare isn't a dare without danger in it. Yeah, I did something really dangerous. Come on, don't do it. You're going to break your neck. We're going to get blamed for it. And we like you. We don't want you to die or be in blood or anything. You're not going to make it. I like you too, but I ain't going to die. You're going to be in 25 pieces. Oh, look, are you sure you want to do it? I told you time and time again. All right. Hey, maybe he's gonna make it. He's getting close. Mickey, that was a big scary when you went flying over that ramp. I didn't think you were going to make it. Is it scarier to get caught or to get hurt? I think it's a lot scarier to get caught because I almost got caught. I was lucky I got away on my dare. Now all I have to do is go over there and spray on the thing. I'll look out for you. I can do it. We're gonna do. We gotta make her do something really hard.
No more dinky little dares this time, Clarissa. It's gotta be a good one.
Let's have her go out and jump in front of a car and stop it.
Not just any old car, a Volkswagen bus.
That's the best idea. Hey, that's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to go out in front of the street and do that dare.
Mike and Eggs, if you didn't do a dare, if you didn't, why do I have to? You think we didn't do a dare? We practiced, we did the best one. When I pushed Ace up on that roof, and then I dropped the word.
Oh, yeah, then he dropped it on me.
Yeah.
And then that second one went. Hey, wow, can you see him?
Yeah, he's getting up on the roof.
Are you going to take the dare or aren't you?
No!
Easy. All you have to do is step in front of that Volkswagen bus and stop it. Well, that's too hard for her.
It'll be easy.
It's a dangerous dare. I could get hurt doing a dare.
Good dare, and everyone here has done a dare. So, now you gotta do one.
No, it's too dangerous.
Look, either she's gonna do a dare or not, and that's the best dare we've thought of yet. Yeah, let's get out of the street.
Do it. Yeah.
Remember, you gotta do it, or else not even in the game. Right. Remember, do it, or else you're not in the game.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. She'll do it once you're in the game. Well, come on, now. All you have to do is just jump out in front of the next bus that comes by.
I don't think we ought to let her do this. It's too dangerous.
Look, why should it be any different?
Hey, look, here comes the bus.
It's coming fast. Go!
Go! Go! Go! Go! Go! Go! Go! Go!
What do you want me to do? Get killed or something? Come on. Why do you have to do these stupid dares? Because, look, everybody else here has done dares. And I could get killed. Everyone. In order to be my friend, they've all done dares. In order to be their friend, I did a dare. So you're nothing special. Why shouldn't you?
But they were just lucky, and so are you.
No, I'm not going to hear anything else. If you want to do the dare, come here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And that's that. dumb dares. I really like those kids, but what's so great about dares? Why do they want me to do something dangerous? What if I don't do it? I'll find other kids to play with. I'll play alone. Dumb dares. They were just lucky when they did their dares. Every one of them could have gone bad, you know. Yeah, and what happens if I get hurt jumping in front of the car? Anyway, I like those kids. Why do they want to do all that stuff? They were just lucky. My dear could be the worst of all. I could get killed.
And Aunt Else will be here very shortly.
Oh, she was such a young child.
Who's driving the vehicle? I tried to stop, but she ran right out in front of me.
I saw her. Why do you think she did such a crazy thing? Oh, that's silly. If I wanted to do that stupid dare, I could do it easy. Gee whiz. To prove themselves. There's no more dares allowed. There's no more dares allowed.
This time she's gonna do it.
I'm better.
I think we should. She's got to do it this time.
Here comes Clarissa. Hey, listen to me. You're the stupid. You shouldn't have to do this. Why do you think you should have to prove yourself?
Look at her. She's gonna chicken out.
Look, I didn't think you were going to come here to talk to me. Just do the dare or don't. Either you do it, or don't do it at all, and then don't be around with her. No, we're not going to be around with her like you. No, we can't let her do it. We're going to let her do it. Because she has to. And if she says she won't disappear us at all. Yes, do dare or else. Go. 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 Go.
Inside Out is a series of programs and related materials developed and supported by 32 educational agencies in the United States and Canada, with additional support from Exxon Corporation. This program was produced by WNVT, Northern Virginia Educational Television, under the supervision of NIT, National Instructional Television.
Wow. It's possible, like I said, I had shown this over the last year. It's really over the top. Phenomenal film. Thank you, Exxon, for sponsoring this film, which is the problem with any film that you show to kids is, and this is with drug films, this is with drinking films, is that they will model that behavior. They'll go, oh, that's interesting. And the message of the film they might just kind of skip over that and say like, oh, this is cool. We should do dares. We know it's wrong, but you know what? We're bad kids. And so everything in that film is just over the top, really phenomenal. And then the Clarissa's imagination about getting hit, and then her managing to stop all the VW buses. And then there's a marching band that celebrates her ability to survive this. It goes so beyond just a normal peer pressure film. It's just over the top. Somebody mentioned in the comments like, well, they're going to be shoplifting, because that's your normal peer pressure scenario. Or, breaking windows, or, there's all these other things. But jumping in front of a moving car is nuts. So good. And that's why I'm happy to show that film, because it just is so like, whoa, nuts. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. I actually have a show at 3 o'clock in less than an hour with the Hunt Library. I'll have an expert, and we'll be talking about pets and how good they are for us, and maybe not how good they are for the environment. I don't know. We'll see where we go. So it'll be back at the same channels that you can watch me on. If you like what you saw, or at least were scratching your head because of what you saw, because we showed some head scratchers today, you can buy me coffee. I'm pointing at the link at Buy Me Coffee, AV Geeks. You can also go to avgeeks.com and see other things that we've done and shown, and DVDs that we have for sale. And you also can hit just like, subscribe, notifications. Just hit that like button, because that somehow tells the giant robots that run Google and Facebook that for some reason I should be spared when the robot revolution comes. I hope everybody has a good weekend. If I don't see you, I'll be back on Monday. I should say that I got the second shot yesterday with my wife, and we're both doing okay. Our arms are very sore, but we didn't get too sick. Just tired. So hopefully you guys are lined up for your vaccines. As you have watched the shows that I've done in the past, you'll know that I'm a public health person and a proponent of vaccination. So there you go. I'm unapologetic about it. So everybody take care. Please rewind and love each other. And we will see you maybe at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, maybe on Monday. Otherwise, everybody have a great weekend. Thank you again for tuning in.